Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first video. I've been dying to do this and I've also been teasing you guys with it for a very long time, for a few months now already, always saying in the later part of the year, but I feel like the time is never going to be right and I'm never going to have the equipment or the setup that I think at that moment is just perfect and I need it just now, and everything is a huge learning curve, and if I had waited for the right moment or the right equipment, I would have never started my page either. So I figured, what the hell, I'm just gonna go for it right now. The first look I want to do a tutorial of for you guys is actually a look I personally love most on my own page, and I titled it, I think, Burn. You can look it up, but I will also put it like right here. I'm going to do it in a different color, however. I want to do it in a more 60s appropriate color. It's a more minty color, and the other color I had been using when I did the original look, that lavender, the periwinkle, is actually very hard to use, but if you have a shade like that you really enjoy using, I would certainly recommend you using that. I already have my base done and my eyebrows also. I'm sitting a little cramped in here. I hope it's okay if I like pull my mirror a little bit up here because I tend to lean into it. To actually prime my eyes, I like to use concealer, and I'm going to be using this NARS concealer in the shade Custard. To be fair, it's quite dark for me actually, but who gives a shit. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques base shadow brush. By the way, I don't have concealer under my eyes yet, so because I'm not quite sure if I'll be getting fallout. I hope I won't, but you can never be too sure, to be honest. Anyway, I really like this concealer to prime my eyes with. To be honest, for longevity I would use a primer beforehand, an actual primer, because I have oily eyelids. But yeah, if I'm just gonna do it for a look, concealer works better because it photographs better, because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation around my eyes. I'm going to set at least the crease area just to help the blend a little bit better with a loose powder, and I'm using this Cover FX one. I will be using my actually favorite brush for that is, it's all rubber. It's this medium shadow brush from Real Techniques as well. I have a lot of the brushes because I placed like a huge order back then. To anybody else who does videos, do you usually record sound like externally, like say with your phone or something? So I'm actually going to go straight into, this is the shadow, it's Mochi. What I've already started to do on my right eye is basically what I'm going to do on my left eye now. I'm just going to take the shadow on a fluffy brush, a slightly fluffy brush, it's not exactly round, and I'm just gonna pack it right on the lid. You can use a packing brush for this. I might go over that on with one, but for now, just to start building it up, I enjoy using a more fluffy brush because it's a lot more forgiving if I do go outside of a shape or a line that I don't want. I start blending it slightly into the crease, and for now you can see how it's a little bit patchy, but it's mostly because I set my crease beforehand. And what I'm gonna do is slightly pull in and just wiggle it out a little bit to wing the shadow out. With a clean blending brush, I am now gonna just keep going in and diffusing the edges a little bit, just so you keep having a smooth blend. And I know that right now the blend is not that smooth, especially between the crease and the lid, but I promise it will be. If you have more space between your eyebrow and your lid than I do, you can also take this a little higher. I like that. I actually like to round it out a little bit a little bit more in the front right here, so it swoops up basically straight up here and then swoops down as you wing it out more. So I've taken the packing brush now and just to intensify where I really want the color and to make the wing a bit more apparent. Don't worry if around the lash line, right up here, it's not quite as dense or as opaque, because we will be putting a bit of other shadow as a liner there. So I have now built it up to my desired opacity, and as you can see, it's pretty matte and it's already looking very vintage and very 60s, and I personally love it. Just like this, like I would just slap on mascara now and walk out the door, but to make it a little bit more refined and more eyelinery, or more for like a party maybe, I'm going to zoom in a little bit to do the eyeliner bit now. So I am real close to my mirror right now, like kind of hunching over. But this is actually how I sit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna use a small little brush now. This is like, it has this really good square edge. It's a Sigma Waterline Liner E17 brush. And what I'm gonna do is I will be using this palette. It's from Ciaté. And what I'm going to use is a gray, this gray. And I'm just gonna coat my brush in it. And I like to use a gray because I find black really harsh, and with these pastel light colors it's a little too harsh, but gray works better than brown in my opinion because it's more neutral. So what I'm going to start doing is, I always like to start at the outside edge of my eye. I brace my hand on my chin like this and start wiggling at the outer edge into my lashes a little bit. I can't talk if I brace my hand on my chin. Okay, what I'm gonna do is basically just I'm gonna wiggle all along, all to the front, get real nice and thin at the front, and come back when I'm trying to do the wing. So what I've done so far is that I have lined the entire eye. I've lined the entire eye from the inner corner to the outer corner, and you can see that it's kind of a classic wing shape so far. That's like before you add the wing. That's thicker at the outer corner and really thin in the inner corner, and I really went down into the inner corner on both eyes. And now I'm just gonna do the wing, and what I want to do with the wing is I want it to be at the bottom edge kind of my shadow, but don't worry if it isn't. What you want to do is really meet the outer corner of your eye. So mine is right here, so this is exactly where I line the liner brush straight out with my lower lash line and just go out. Don't take too much on your brush at first, you can darken it up later, but the thing I like most about using a shadow rather than a pencil or a full liquid eyeliner is that it's a lot softer and way more forgiving. And you want this long. You want it really like vintage and really long and really, really thin. So essentially it's something like this. I'm gonna repeat that on the other eye and darken up this one and be right back. So I'm kind of back now, and I have ever so slightly darkened up both wings, but as you can tell, they're not black. They're not full black, they're not deep dark cutting into your soul, and they're not supposed to be. I actually even took a small little smudger brush like this to just buff slightly over the edges, because mostly this is supposed to be diffused and nice and soft and accessible. Moving on, before I actually do the white waterline and the white liner in between, I want to do the lower lash line. We're not putting any of the mint shadow on the lower lash line, but we're just gonna continue straight with a gray shadow. And I like to start right in the middle of my eye, because if I have excess product, it's not gonna be on either side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook under my lashes, essentially, and start wheeling it there as well, and just line the eye like that. Then when I come to the other corner, I like to go slightly under, because this is where the white liner is going to be. The white liner is also going to clean up right under here, because this dipped too low for me. So you open up the lash line essentially, and just let your brush slot in there and follow that line. I am going to proceed now with the white liner. For that I use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and All Classic, and mine is super stained. Wow. I'm just gonna pull down slightly. To set that, I am gonna use another Sugarpill shadow. This is Tako, well known. And I'm gonna take just a small little brush like this. Yeah, I kind of wiped on my hand. I'm just gonna saturate it and drag down again and set that white. Because if you're like me, and eyeliners, no matter how good they are, how gel-like or whatever, mine just never hold up in my waterline. It just completely eats it and it's gone. It's also gonna make it a lot more white. For the small wing that is supposed to come right in between these two, I am gonna take the NYX pencil and just get some on there. Just coat my little brush in it. You can do this also if you use a water activated eyeliner, like the one from Super Beauty, but I find that those always crack. All white liquid liners, no matter how they get activated, they all crack. So this gives me now an opportunity to clean up this slightly too low wing, because I'm coming out of my lash line and I'm just gonna paint. And you can already see how I sharpened that right up. Now that my eyes look nice and big and winged out, I'm going to use lash curler and put on plenty and plenty and if you want, if you like wearing false lashes, you can, absolutely, but I would definitely recommend using a way more wispier hair rather than something that is super heavy and impactful and has like a heavy lash band. Also, maybe something like the Ardell Demi Wispies, something that's flared out that the sides would also complement this, I think, nicely. I'm gonna use a waterproof mascara by Catrice. It's the Glam Doll one. What I like to do when I apply mascara is basically pull it out, especially in a look that is so liner heavy. I like to pull out the outer lashes so it gives me more of a flare effect. So top lashes are done. I'm now going to go on to the bottom lashes, and you also just want to apply a lot on the bottom lashes. Think 60, think twiggy, everything. Just make it big. I am just gonna add some blush. I finished with my eyes, then my camera overheated, and I'm gonna use the Blush Book Free by Tarte. I will be using Peachy, and I'm just gonna use it on, not this brush, but a stippling brush from Real Techniques. Basically, where I want to place it is really right below my eye and really high under my eye, essentially right here. I know everybody always tells you if you want to hit the apple of your eye, the apple of your cheeks, that you're supposed to smile. But when you smile and then really only hit that, the blush is going to be a lot lower than you wanted to. So I like to always apply my blush fairly high. You can also bring it up here and do a bit of blush draping. What else you can do is add a bronzer, but in my latest very ruthless declutter, I accidentally threw out all my bronzers and don't have one anymore. So there's that. I like to bring it over my nose to look slightly tan and sunburned. And yeah, sorry, I just saw a bee crawl into our wall. Also, sometimes to tie the whole face in together, I like to put it just ever so faintly on the chin. On the chin, yes. Actually, I am not gonna bother with highlight because my base is already so glowy, so I'm just gonna put on a lip gloss and be done with it. And technically a peach would work best for this now. But as your regular broke college student, I don't have a pink, so I'm just gonna put on I don't have a peach, so I'm just gonna use pink. And I find that flattering, however, too, because it's more so just your lips but better. I am using the Essence Shine 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 lip gloss in Pink of Bel Air. It is very sheer, but I like that. So this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you actually might wear it out and that you're gonna show me pictures, shoot me a DM about it, or just, I don't know, tag me in your stories. Please do. Please tag me in all of your things. And I really hope that you actually enjoyed this video, that you had fun, that you found it a lot more informative than my half-ass descriptions in a caption on the Instagram or in a 1 minute long video. Because I actually had quite a lot of fun doing this, and I really want to do this more, even though the learning curve is fairly steep, I guess. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, if you actually enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it. Maybe subscribe, please, please. I'm only just growing. This is my very first start. This is my debut. And I know it's a little awkward. I know I've been a little bit awkward. But if you enjoyed something, or if you have something to criticize, I would love it if you could actually leave me a comment in the comment section, because I really take criticism to heart and really try to get better at this and just put out content that you guys want, that you guys enjoy, and that I will also enjoy. So yeah, I had fun. I hope I see you guys next time, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much.